What can you tell me about what you're hearing on the Aaron Rodgers front? What do you got for me from what your sources are telling you?
It's funny. I keep hearing that it's not about the contract. It's not about the money.
What's
but
it
then
about?
I keep hearing in my conversations that it's about the contract. It's about the money. And maybe it's somewhere in between. Like from what I understand, I see him wanting the type of security that not only provides him faith in this year, but faith that if he winds up with another team because the Packers decide to move on, that he will still be equally secure. And that's a complicated statement, but this is a complicated situation. And I'm not going to just call him a complicated fella, because I think the Packers also probably need to do a better job of managing this thing from the outside as well.
When he wore that sweatshirt yesterday, I'm offended. Do you think he really is offended, or he's making fun of media members wondering if he's offended? I can't figure that one out.
I can't feel him that either, man. The second, I think that's his goal, just to throw chaos into the mix. Like he's a. You know what? I'll agree with Mark Murphy. Aaron Rodgers is a complicated fella. I'm just not the CEO who's trying to convince him to come work for me, so I feel a little bit more okay saying it than maybe Mark should.
No, that's what I was saying on Monday when this whole thing came up, is, you've been through all the collective bargaining agreement labor wars, which is the ultimate negotiation that anybody who covers the NFL, certainly for the last 10, 15, 20 years, will recall.
Right.
We may not see any greater negotiation in the National Football League than that one. Any statement can send anybody sideways. Anybody.
You're right.
And so, to say complicated fella, that also indicates to the fan base, who's the jury and the court of public opinion, we're not the complicated one. We'll have him in. He's the complicated fella. Like, that's the way it comes across, even though Mark Murphy probably did not mean it that way.
Maybe he didn't mean it that way, but Rich, he did the same thing like a week earlier in a Q&A on the Packers website where someone wasn't even asking a question about Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you go look it up, and Mark Murphy took it upon himself to bring up Aaron Rodgers and
dividing the fan base.
Yeah, dividing the fan base. That comment. I mean, it wasn't even the question. It wasn't even a question. It was a statement to Mark Murphy, and it had nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers. So, as much as I want to say, maybe he didn't mean to do it. Well, guess what? His job is to say the right things, not the wrong things.
How could James Jones fix this, Jeff? I mean, he's saying that he can get in a room and with everybody and fix it. I don't know.
I wouldn't want to be the mediator of that situation. Aaron Rodgers, that guy he's too smart. He's going to ultimately do what he wants to do. I don't see mediation of any kind. I think he's going to decide what he wants and what's best for him. And he's going to say, this is what I need to come back. I don't know what that is or when that is. And he's going to make that decision. By the way, I'll say this, Rich. I think he does play for the Packers this year. It doesn't make logistical sense for him to sit out based on the money, based on the legacy, based on all of these things. I understand he's a prideful person, but he is also a person of self-interest. And I think that he ultimately will see that playing this year, even if it's his last, is in his best self-interest.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.